I have here the sealed product portion of a collection that I bought in Kansas in the February of 2021. Quite a good mix of things here, especially stuff I was short on. So, two official tournament sealed decks. These had a bunch of packs in them, plus a very special pack with cards that tried to make sealed play more balanced. So you wouldn't be totally hosed if you didn't get, for example, a starship in your sealed packs, because there was 3 starships in the special premiums pack. So a couple of sealed decks in good shape. At least at first glance, I didn't see any holes in the packaging, and these days that's very easy to get. But these were kept in nice shape. And sometimes I've had some sealed stuff come in that smells a bit musty, but these were all very well kept. I also have the Enhanced Premiere boxes. Had one of each of these. So the main two being Leia and Han. Well, let's see. It looked like, I thought the Han might have been open a little bit, but it looks like he was just sealed kind of odd. So just a bit of a wrinkle there, not actually opened. Of course, they are open on the sides, as all of the enhanced packs are. A Vader and a Luke. Some wrinkling going there on the Vader and the Luke. That's kind of interesting. Don't know if oh, you know what? That seems to be price tag residue or something from a sticker. But it's not on. I mean, I have plenty of Lukes and Vaders, not many Hans. That's nice. And then Leia over here, along with Boba and Obi-Wan. So I'll definitely take that. That Luke and Vader were the two damaged ones, I guess you could say, because those are the more common ones. It's about a 3 to 2 to 1 ratio, from what I hear. So 3 Vaders and Lukes, 2 Obi-Wans and Bobas, and 1 Han and Leia. It also kind of seems like Han and Leia were some of the more useful versions of these cards. I also have, similar to those Enhanced Premiere, Enhanced Cloud City box, a full sealed box of these. So there's 12 decks in here, similar to the ones that we saw already, except instead of 6 variations, there's 4. And so you got your Lando, your IG-88, and your Chewie. And then the other one that you can't see right now is Boba Fett in Slave 1. So Boba Fett in his ship. Similar to that, I got the same thing, but from Enhanced Jabba's Palace. The big card from here being the Mara Jade. So she's far and away the most expensive of the cards from this set. And I kind of felt on the bottom, oh yeah, there is a bit of a tear on the bottom, but not a huge deal to me, as I usually pop these open and sell the individual packs anyways. So I'll make sure that I open this one next when I need to restock because of that tear. But not a big deal for me, since boxes aren't super efficient for me to sell. Packs, I have the time to do that. And here's something I don't think I've ever had in the 6 or 7 years I've had my store, is almost a full box of special edition starter decks. So the guy who had the collection bought a full case of them, or a full box, I guess you could say. There were 6, but there's still 5 for each side, so I might actually be able to sell special edition starter decks from my store, since previously I just had 1 light and 1 dark in my personal collection. So it's good to see those. I haven't looked at these in a long time, but try to get the glare off of here. So randomized cards and 22 fixed cards. And they say starter decks, these weren't necessarily playable, because if you got yourself an objective, the double-sided purple card, your deck was most likely unable to play that objective, depending on what it was that the objective, what the specific objective was. Maybe an operative deck, you could have done it. Actually, if you got the operative one, it'd be pretty easy, because you'd get the fixed sites, plus you'd be almost guaranteed 1 planet. In fact, I even think there were some fixed planets. So I got 2 of the next thing, a Reflections booster box. And these were bought from the same case the previous owner said, which makes sense if we flip them over here. Just got to be careful flipping boxes. Sometimes you feel the packs shift around a little bit, and that's not good over time. So, okay. I never knew what the star meant, so if you know what the star means on these, I'd be happy to hear it in the comments. But we do have these sequential, and they came from the same crates. That's just kind of cool that they're from the same 6-box case. And I have a few more things here that came sealed with the collection, but we'll move these carefully off to the side. The first is a first anthology, so quite a few different sets in here. Just kind of a review of the first sets Decipher had. So Premiere, A New Hope, and Hoth, plus some preview cards from later sets. And these boxes are real nice. I use them for storing my rares. A second anthology, a lot of people like this one the best because of the gold box. But similar to before, it's got preview cards from upcoming sets, and it's also got the mid-range of Decipher early era sets, so Dagobah and Cloud City. And I don't know if you hear that sound, but that's a good sign that the plastic tray in there has kind of disintegrated. So the packs are probably fine, but there's probably good chunks of like a black plastic lining. I think they're black on the inside or dark gray on the inside, where it just kind of disintegrated, so it sounds like it's full of gravel. But if I open this one, hopefully the packs are all right. And from what I hear, people say that, oh yeah, it kind of stinks the tray is gone, but the cards are fine. And the last one is third anthology. They did 3 anthologies. There was no fourth anthology. Maybe there was one in the works, who knows. But these were all very sealed, nicely kept in good shape. There's not much you can do about the tray disintegrating in the middle, but I've had a lot of anthology boxes come in with pretty torn up corners. One was so torn up, I was like, wow, that's really bad. And I opened it, and if you've seen the video, I think I called it the first anthology comedy of errors, because everything was open and put back in, and I was kind of fooled by it. I just thought the end got really torn, but it was torn just enough to slide the box out the side, and it ended up being a pretty big disappointment that I ended up having my live reaction filmed to it, I guess. So at least that was interesting for posterity's sake. The highlight, though, of the sealed stuff here is one of the more mysterious Star Wars sealed products. This is an executive gift set. So essentially what this is a full cut set of Premiere packed into the box here. So that was like 2 of every rare, basically I think it was 1 of every sheet. So depending on, I think you had 3 Stormtroopers, because those were a common 3, and 3 Rebel Troopers. And then when they did the uncommon sheet, you would have 2 of the uncommon 2s. There was 2 per sheet, so of course you'd have 2 in here. At least that's how I understand it. I'm sure the Star Wars Collecting Encyclopedia on the Players Committee website has more details, but yeah, so in here, in theory at least, would be, 2 Darth Vaders, 2 Han Solos, 2 Luke Skywalkers, and then 4 of like the lesser rares like Biggs and stuff like that. But I've heard various stories about how these came to be sealed. The owner of Category 1 Games, who knows quite a bit about Star Wars CCG, Scott, he was saying that it sounds like some of them were unsealed and then given as gifts, and then the remaining ones were sealed, and that's where Hills Wholesale Gaming bought them after Decipher lost the license. Other people say that Hills Wholesale Gaming, they sealed them themselves after getting a bunch of them unsealed. So there might be a mix of sealed and unsealed ones, or maybe even some of the unsealed ones were later sealed and there were originally sealed ones. It's pretty hard to say. But this is the 3rd one I've ever come across. One was pretty picked through. The other looked to be intact, but it was definitely opened, and some of the cards in the front had gotten damaged when I think the previous owner might have put the lid on wrong. But until I got this collection, I'd never seen one of these sealed. And from other pictures I've seen of them, does seem pretty common to have this blotching, I guess you would call it. And also, I've seen the boxes with various amounts of damage under the wrap, which lends, I guess, a bit of credence to the reseal. But some of the boxes, I feel like they've been just kind of degrading. Like whatever material the outside is, it wasn't necessarily, it didn't stick to the box very well, the paint or whatever. I mean, it's not paint, I'm not really sure what to call it, but this is a very curious thing that I want to learn more about before trying to sell it, just to make sure I and the buyer are informed of what's going on. But considering I already have a an unsealed one. I think this one might go on the market soon, and it's definitely a cool thing to finally have a shrink-wrapped one. Whether or not it was originally sealed remains to be determined. But a lot of interesting sealed stuff came in this collection. It's always nice to get the enhanced premiere boxes in good variety, and reflections packs are a lot of fun. I remember back when the boxes were like $80 and my buddy and I would open one in an afternoon. Those days are kind of gone, but we'll still open packs every now and then. And in some upcoming videos, I'll be making sure to open a bunch of packs. In any case, that's the sealed portion of this collection. I'll have one more video detailing the highlights of what I found in the boxes that were supposedly commons and uncommons. Don't want to give too much away, but I did find a rather interesting Japanese card, and those are kind of a hot topic right now, so hope you tune in for that one. Thanks for watching.